And here we are at the TechNL 2023 conference in the historic city of St. John's, Newfoundland, a beautiful city that it is. And what a great privilege it is to have the mayor of this great city on the podcast with us, Your Worship. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about yourself before we get into it.
Well, I've been mayor of St. John's since 2017. Grew up in downtown St. John's. Lived away, actually. Worked away in New Brunswick in Ontario for a while. Came back here in 1999. Graduated from Memorial University. First ran 2009, got elected, and then been on city council ever since.
Wow, so public service, a big part of your life. Now, here we are at this incredible conference. There's a lot of interesting things happening in the technology sector in Newfoundland. Tell me what it means to a municipality like St. John's to have this hub of technology all around you.
Well, you know, technology, creativity, innovation, it's a big part of our economy right now, and it's a big part of who we are here in St. John's and in Newfoundland and Labrador. We have so much creativity, whether it's in the arts, in acting, in technology, problem solving, dealing with harsh conditions, dealing with adversity. And you need creativity, you need innovation, and you need stamina in order to deal with those issues.
You know, you just listed a whole bunch of things, almost like an ingredient list. People would be looking at that and saying, what's happening there? Why is there so much success there? But you're right, those ingredients are so important to it. I heard your opening speech there this morning, and you talked about not only this city, but your desire and others to collaborate together with other municipalities to come together to solve problems together. Talk about that collaboration.
Well, you know, if you look at St. John's population is around 110,000 people, but if you look at the Northeast Avalon, you're looking at well over 210, 215,000 people. So we need to use that. We need to use the assets on the Northeast Avalon. We need to work together collaboratively to make sure that we get the maximum benefit from the opportunities that we have ahead. I think there's a tremendous amount of opportunity in Newfoundland and Labrador, and there's a tremendous opportunity for us, but we have to be prepared to take advantage of that.
You know, I've had the pleasure to speak to a lot of the staff that work for the city in different sectors, not only in the innovation sector, but in construction and others, and an incredible group of people that are leaning in to solve problems. It must feel great to have that team with you.
Well, it does, you know, and we have really very complex issues that we're dealing with right now. You take the housing crisis. You know, we have a problem, a homelessness crisis, and we also have an affordability issue. And it's going to take creativity and innovation to get through this in what's the best thing that we can do in order to alleviate the problems. And you also have the environmental, the sustainability issues, climate change, the effects of climate change, how we're going to not only deal with lowering our greenhouse gas emissions, but how are we going to be able to be prepared for when those weather events hit us. So we need to have our best people doing their work that they need to be doing, and I think right now we have that.
And everything you just talked about there, whether it's housing or whether it's climate change, or all, tech touches a lot of that stuff, eh? It must be amazing to have it all here in your backyard.
Yeah, it is, and it also, we have a lot of new Canadians. We're a very diverse city now. We have more immigration that's happening, you know, and things are changing so quickly. So our ridership numbers on Metrobus have increased from 2019, pre-pandemic. We've gone up by over 1 million rides. So we had about 3.2 million rides in 2019. We'll probably go over 4.2 million rides this year. So that kind of change means that we now have to look at, well, how do we expand the transit system? What do we need in order to be able to meet that demand? Because we expect that's going to continue to grow as we move forward. And of course, that figures into the housing situation, in that people not only need a place to live, but people need to be able to get to their place to go to school, to go to work, or to improve their life. So there's a lot of different factors involved.
And now, Mayor, you've been in public service a long time. You've watched a lot of things kind of change over time and evolve over time. What are you most excited about in the foreseeable horizon for the city of St. John's?
Well, I think one of the major events is going to be in 2025 when we host the Canada Summer Games. I mean, for those of us that can remember the 1977 Canada Games, it was incredible. I don't think people fully expect what is going to happen here. I mean, you're talking $100 million economic impact. So I always compare it to the Briar. When we had the Briar here in 2017, and people thought it was such an incredible event and such a big event, this is like having 10 Briars. That's the magnitude of this. We have new facilities being built. We have existing facilities being upgraded, and it's just going to be such an electric summer here in St. John's. And at the same time, it'll be the 100th anniversary of Memorial University. So we're going to be having people coming here in 2025. It's going to be a great year for tourism. It's going to be a great year for the city of St. John's and the province.
Your Worship, I always talk about three big pillars having to work together for success, and those, of course, being government, industry, and academia. But the fourth big pillar in all of this, and it always is the community around them. The community here in Newfoundland and Labrador is incredible, especially here in St. John's. It's wonderful to be in conversation with you. Thanks for coming on the show, and thanks for talking tech right here in town.
Okay, thank you.